Good afternoon. It's time for yet another NFL Bucky's Mail Day. But again, not just any, no, this is the NFL Draft Recap for the Detroit Lions. This is your host, Mike C. And as always, of course, it's Bucky, star of the show. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky says hi. Bucky, what do you have in front of you today? Well, this took longer than I thought it was. I didn't do as good of a job as I had in past years. I was a little more crooked. But in front of Bucky is the first 2-round draft picks of the Lions. We've got the number 2 overall pick, Aiden Hutchinson, and I believe it was number 12 pick. I think it was 12. Jameson Williams, wide receiver from Bama. And this is going to be a review of the Lions picks. I don't know if they could have done any better. They traded up with the Vikings, so they weakened their position, which is a positive. A little surprised they, trade in division, but that's all right. And they gave up their own first-round draft pick, but not until the 32nd pick. They gave the 34th, and then it was a 6th-round pick or something like that. So a lot of people are saying they fleeced the Vikings. I think they got a better deal. Because last year they had moved up a similar position. The team that did that had to give up an extra first. So I think the Lions did very well in that. And the end, I think of, potentially the end of SOL, same old Lions, because they'd never make a bold move like that. Especially for a wide receiver who was injured, but when he was healthy, he was blazing fast. I was watching the highlights again today, and man. So hopefully it's an injury he can come back from. So far everything's going very well, so we'll have to wait and see. But the second overall pick, they got Aiden Hutchinson, which I want to give my personal thanks to Jacksonville Jaguars for selecting Trayvon Walker from Georgia. And once they did that, I knew he had him. And Lions literally ran up to the podium for the pick. And he's a good player, but it's just not somebody I wanted the Lions to take. I honestly don't know if they would have taken him. I think they would have taken Thibodeau. But we'll never know. We don't have to know. That's fine. Hutchinson's a great guy. Great young guy. Oh, no. And, sell tickets. He's good for the community. He wanted to be a Detroit Lion. And obviously played in Michigan. And I'm very excited about that pick. And it made my day and made the draft. The draft was a lot of fun to watch. A lot of picks went very quickly, which made the draft a little more interesting. Didn't drag on like it used to. But some surprises. Not too many, jaw droppers. Patriots pick was terrible, I thought. But anyway. But let me get to the next pick. Then, totally out of left field, the Lions trade back into the first round. And they traded with Minnesota to number 12, I believe. And then they selected Jameson Williams, wide receiver from Bama, like I said. Blazing fast. He probably would have gone, I'm sure, top 10, probably maybe top 5 if he was totally healthy. He was a dominant wide receiver. Got injured in the championship game. But, man, the highlights, he just literally ran past everybody. He said he could run a 4.2 something. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes when they come back from Achilles, he had an Achilles injury. They're actually faster because it loosens it up a little bit. But, there's no rush. We'll have to wait and see. But a great pick. Very happy with that. They were saying at the time, you trade for a quarterback. It wasn't anybody that would have traded for. A couple other players, if they had stayed pat, I would have drafted the player the Vikings actually got, which is James. Is it James? Yes. No, Lewis. After Lewis Sign or Sine, whatever. Safety from Georgia. The Vikings got him with that pick. That's the only drawback. Again, we don't know if they would have drafted him. They did draft a safety later on. which I'll give the list of players later. So that was a little disappointing, but what can you do? But overall, the different places I've looked and different people I've heard from, they gave the Lions very, very good draft grade. A lot of A's. Their first 2 picks they gave A++. I heard a couple places do. Me personally, as I have on my sheet here, I gave an A-, just because some of the picks I didn't agree with later. The first 2 were great. A couple other ones I was not happy with their third pick. The third overall pick of theirs. Where is it? No, it's not him. What am I looking at? It's not the safety. It was a. This one doesn't have him on here. Well, it was a second round pick. They don't have it on here for some reason, which is disappointing because I didn't check it. For some reason they didn't. It was another edge rusher, defensive end, and it's like, he's okay. Just not who I would have picked. I would have picked Nakobe Dean at that point. He didn't go to way later because of his injury. I think it kind of scared a few players. I'll type the Lions' next pick the one pick that I missed in the comment section. But overall, like I said, a very good draft. Watched all 3 rounds, almost all of it. It does get a little tiresome after a while. There weren't quite as many novelty picks, like I call them, like in the 3rd round or the 4th round, later on. There was some, which is fine. Barry was there in the 2nd round, and that was fun. And so yeah, I always enjoy a draft. The only problem is I'm having like draft hangover. I'm kind of tired and just worn down a little bit because it's a long process. So I'm trying to fight my way through this, but had my shrimp. It was very good, and we had a lot of good. Watched it by myself. But we had a lot of fun, Bucky and I, and can't wait to get Hutch autograph and probably Williams autograph too, and those will be in future episodes. Let me go over the list. Like I said, I'll find the 2nd round. It's not listed on here for some reason. I don't know why. The Lions picked, of course, in the 1st round, Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan. Then they picked on the trade from the Vikings, Jameson Williams, wide receiver from Bama. I don't know the 3rd round. Is it edge? I can't remember his name offhand. Kind of started with that. Here's another 2nd round, debacle the Lions are going through, but he good depth and he's a very good player. So it's not who I would have picked. In the 3rd round, they picked Kirby Joseph, a safety from Illinois. Very good player. I watched his highlights, and he's fast. He can hit people, and I like that. That's good for a safety. No 4th round pick, so it was kind of a drought there for a while. But that was part of the trade that they made for the Vikings. In the 5th round, they picked James Mitchell, a tight end from Virginia Tech. Pretty good tight end. A little more speed, I thought, than normal. And to be good backup to Hutch, or not, what's his name? Their tight end. I'm drawing a blank, Bucky. T.J. Hawkinson, thank you. Then in the 6th round, we've got Malcolm Rodriguez, from a linebacker from Oklahoma State, via trade. Smaller, well, not a smaller guy, but a shorter guy, like 5'11", but 230 something, but a lot of tackles. So he's probably on special teams to start out with, but he's possible. I would like the Lions to have drafted a linebacker earlier than that. Also in round 6, we got James Houston, linebacker from Jackson State. There's another one. We had back-to-back linebacker. Both good prospects. Just, if you're going to do it, draft a little bit higher. I was a little upset about that. And finally, in round 7, They got Chase Lucas, a cornerback from Arizona State. I haven't really watched much tape of him. Did watch a little bit, but I'll look more in the future. Like I said, I'll get the Lions pick in the second round. I'll have that in my comment section. So overall, it was a very good draft, like I said, and unfortunately, it's over. Mock drafts for next year have already been up, and I'm gonna take a little break from making Bucky's Mail Day for a little while, until something happens. My hockey is over. The playoffs are just starting, but the Blackhawks have been out of it for a long time. So my interest in the playoffs are kind of like lukewarm. Basketball I don't care about, and baseball the Reds are 3-19 or something, like the worst start they've ever had in their history, and the Reds are one of the oldest teams in Major League Baseball. So that's very, very disappointing. So that season's pretty much over. The schedule's going to be announced, I believe it's 20 or next week, I believe, or 22nd maybe, something like that. I may do another video by then. I'm just going to say I'm going to take a break and just kind of, get refreshed a little bit. So let me, other than that, Bucky, that's about it. So welcome Hutch, and welcome Williams. And again, thanks to the Jaguars for picking the other guy, because we didn't want him. And I hope you had fun watching the draft. And we're going to call it a day for a little while, Bucky. We're going to take a break. And so for Mike C, and of course the star of the show as always, it's Bucky. Say bye, Bucky. Bucky says bye. And we'll see you again. There you go. And I'll see you soon. So take care, and take care of each other. All right, bye now.